Hi, my name is Maggie Beckner, and today I will be presenting on the biology of two deep sea cucumbers. The first being scotoplanes, also known as the sea pig, and the second being Anypmiastes eximia, better known as the headless chicken monster. Here's a quick outline of what we'll be going over today. So, first off, we'll look at some deep sea research, some limitations of this research, and how we study the animals that live in the deep sea. Next, we'll go over the phylogenetic position of the two animals. Third, we'll go over the biology of the sea pig. Fourth, the biology of the headless chicken monster. And finally, we'll go over a summary slide, just concluding and going over all the things that we have learned.
So, why is our knowledge of the deep sea and the animals that live there so limited? Well, due to the severe nature, it is a difficult environment to study. There is extreme high pressure, the temperatures are very cold, and there's almost no light. So, we require specialized technology, including research vessels, remotely operated underwater vehicles, abbreviated to ROVs, equipped with video capturing and specimen collecting technology, and a team of trained professionals, which can get extremely expensive. It also must be noted that specimens are often destroyed before being able to be brought to the surface to be examined, due to the delicate nature of a lot of these animals. Overall, there are lots of limits to deep sea research, but that doesn't mean it is not important. So, hopefully, over the course of this presentation, I can convince you of just how cool the environment is and give you a glimpse of some of the animals that live there. Now, we will go over the phylogenetic positioning of these two animals. So, as you probably remember from Bio 205, there are five main classes um, that are part of phylum Echinodermata. The first being Asteroidea, or our sea stars, Ophiuroidea, our brittle stars, Crinoidea, our feather stars, our sea urchins, Echinoidea, and finally Holothuroidea, which are our sea cucumbers. Within phylum Holothuroidea, there is a class of strictly deep-sea cucumbers called Elastopoda. This class is represented by four different families, and today we will go over two of them. All of these families have adapted different ways of living that help with life in the deep sea. Some of them walk, some of them crawl, some of them swim. The two we will be going over today are the sea pig, or scotoplanes, and the headless chicken monster, Anypmiastes eximia. The sea pig lives on the deep ocean floor on the abyssal plains worldwide at depths ranging from 1,000 to 6,000 meters. This animal, at its largest, can grow to be 17 centimeters in length. The sea pig has a number of specialized tube feet, including 6 pairs of ventral tube feet used for locomotion, as well as buccal tentacles used in feeding, and 2 sets of dorsal papillae used for chemoreception. Tube feet are also involved in respiration, as the animal lacks a respiratory tree. In the following video, you'll be able to see a sea pig moving along the sea floor. It must be noted that sea pigs are very close to being neutrally buoyant, which helps them to not sink into the sediment. Here you can see the buccal tentacles of the sea pig, as well as the 2 sets of dorsal papillae used in chemoreception. Sea pigs are direct deposit feeders. Based on gut content analysis, it has been determined that the main component of their diet is phytodetritus. Phytodetritus is the organic particulate matter resulting from phytoplankton, as well as other organic material. Um, Sea pigs are often photographed in large groups on the abyssal plains. You can see in the middle photo, they're all feeding on a whale carcass. It's important to note that sea pigs are very important contributors to the process of bioturbation, which is essential to the deep sea environment. So, the sea pig is actually a type of deep sea babysitter. It is often observed that the sea pig has up to 2 juvenile king crabs on its belly. Um, it's likely due to the fact that these king crabs are trying to escape predation on the deep sea floor that does not provide a lot of shelter to these animals undergoing lots of intermolt periods in which they're especially vulnerable. It is also hypothesized that this relationship could be mutualistic if the juvenile king crabs are consuming parasites that are present on the body of the sea pig. On the right, we see a type of deep sea snail that has been determined to use the sea pig as its host. They were able to determine this by DNA sequencing the gut contents of this snail. So now we'll move on to our second animal, the headless chicken monster. It is one of 25 known swimming holothurian species. It can grow up to be 25 centimeters in length, and it is found worldwide at depths between 500 and 6,000 meters. These animals can range in color from a transparent reddish color to a darker purple as they become more mature. So the headless chicken monster also has specialized tube feet. It has two lateral veils made up of 10 to 12 fused tube feet, as well as one anterior veil made up of 15 fused tube feet. It has bifurcate tentacles that are retracted while it swims and protracted as it is on the seafloor and eats. It has a large sediment filled intestine that can act as a ballast to keep it in the vertical position as it swims through the ocean. So now we'll see an example of a headless chicken monster taking off from the floor of the ocean. You can see its anterior veil really well in this video, and you can see it propelling itself into the water column. Here you can see the anterior and lateral veils working together to move the animal through the water. Next, we have a up close and personal video of the bifurcate tentacles that are pulling sediment into the mouth of the animal. So, lastly, a couple words on bioluminescence in the headless chicken monster. So, the Anypniastes uses a form of off-body luminescence as a burglar alarm system. This burglar alarm system produces blue-green light that paints the attacker when they try to eat Anypniastes. So essentially, how this works is Nympniastes has two layers. So the epidermis is on the outside, and there's a subdermal layer containing granular amber bodies on the inside. When the epidermis is touched by a predator, it causes the subdermal layer to rub against the granular amber bodies, which then creates the luminescence. The idea is that the attacker is then painted in the luminescence, marking it for predation by its own predators. So, because of the sensitivity of the epidermis of this animal, it can take 1 to 5 days to fully regrow this, plus the subdermal layer containing the granular amber bodies, so that it is ready for use of the burglar alarm system once again. In summary, we looked at why deep sea research is difficult to conduct. We looked at Elassopodida, the class of deep sea cucumbers that uses different methods to survive in the deep sea. We then looked in particular at the sea pig, the soft bodied sea cucumber that plays an important role in bioturbation in the deep sea environment. And finally, we took a closer look at the headless chicken monster that is one of 25 swimming holothurians that uses luminescence to fend off predators. That is the end. Thank you. And I hope I have highlighted just how cool deep sea animals can be and why we should put more research into